Look, we don't need any other.
U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has unilaterally declared the return of all UN sanctions against Iran, including an arms embargo. Pompeo said the sanctions are reinstated under the snapback mechanism within the 2015 Iran nuclear deal. He threatened consequences for any UN member state that refuses to comply with the measures. But members of the UN Security Council, including the U.S.'s European allies, have rejected that the sanctions are back and said the American action to return them is without legal effect.
The United States unilaterally ceased participation in the JCPOA on May 8, 2018, and has subsequently not participated in any JCPOA-related activities. It cannot therefore be considered to be a JCPOA participant state and cannot initiate the process of reinstating UN sanctions under UN Security Council Resolution 2231.
France reiterated that international sanctions against Iran will not be reimposed. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres also told the Security Council that he cannot take any action on the U.S. declaration. China, a signatory to Iran's nuclear deal, called the U.S. announcement a farce.
It's time to end this self-orchestrated farce. The position of all remaining JCPOA parties is clear. US is no longer a JCPOA participant, and its claim of triggering a snapback is null and void.
Russia also slammed the move, calling it illegitimate.
Illegitimate U.S. initiatives and actions definitely cannot have international and legal consequences for other countries and create their obligations to limit legitimate cooperation with Iran.
Iran has rejected the U.S. claim and called on other countries to unite against what it described as Washington's reckless actions. Tehran warned that U.S. policies constitute a major risk to international peace and security. President Hassan Rouhani also said the U.S.'s maximum pressure policy against Iran has led to its isolation.
The U.S. failed to extend Iran's arms embargo. Today, we can say that Washington's maximum pressure policy against the Iranian nation has led to the U.S.'s maximum isolation. The whole world has witnessed that the U.S. failed 3 times in the past month at the Security Council alone.
In mid-August, President Donald Trump's administration suffered a resounding defeat at the UN Security Council to get the Council to indefinitely extend an arms embargo on Iran, which will expire next month. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said this week that the U.S. could announce secondary sanctions to punish anyone engaged in arms trade with Iran. But the move could spark another international backlash against the U.S. The country under Trump's presidency has already faced isolation over what is known as a policy of bullying and threat. Now, with Washington's close allies being opposed to its anti-Iran move, the U.S. is expected to even face more isolation over its unilateral policies.